bring in our academics and our official party. If you've got a mobile phone, please switch it off now. Feel free to take photographs during the ceremony, but please remember there may be people behind you also wanting to do the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, your students are here and ready to come in. Please stand.
taha tū o te rā. Haere mai, haere mai, haere mai. Rere ngā roi ma te mō rātou ko mehe atu ki te pō. Puta no te motu, puta no te ao. Ka rere ngā roi ma te motu o tātou kuia arangatira a meri meri. Moi mai e meri meri, moi mai I roto I te āriki. E kore koe e ware tia, e māta. Ka huri ki te kaupapa o te rā. Te karanga o te whare wānanga o tāmaki o taurau. Mō tēnei rā whakahirihia mō ngā tauira. Nō reira, ko horahi e te whāriki, ki te ihi, ki te wehi, ki te mana, I runga I te marae o te rā. Nō reira, tiki mai, kake mai, haere mai rā.
Please be seated. Inga mana, inga reo, inga hoe wha. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, Council members, special guests, staff, graduands, family and friends of graduands. As Chancellor of the University of Auckland, I extend a warm welcome to you all on behalf of Council members and staff of the University. In particular, I welcome our guest speaker, Ms. Katrina McLennan. I also acknowledge the recent passing of Dr. Meremere Penfold, who was a long-term member of the University of Auckland staff, a distinguished Maori scholar, and for many years, a kuia at our graduation ceremonies. This is a meeting of the Council of the University of Auckland for the purpose of conferring degrees and awarding diplomas. This week we will be conferring and awarding more than 6,572 qualifications on some 6,478 students in person and in absentia. At this ceremony, 489 students will graduate in person and 84 students will graduate in absentia. I will be assisted by Mr. Peter Kiley, the Pro-Chancellor. This is a happy and memorable occasion for you, the graduands, as well as your families and friends who have supported you during your studies. We congratulate you all. Equally, your achievement brings pleasure and satisfaction to the academic and professional staff of the university who have played their part in your success. Capping is a time for celebration. The graduation procession today brought academic flavour and colour to the streets of Auckland, and in this ceremony, you will experience the pomp and tradition befitting your well-deserved day of celebration. Over a period of 130 years, the University of Auckland has become a comprehensive, research-led university with a strong international reputation. Today, there are more than 40,000 students and 5,000 staff. Moreover, we are New Zealand's largest research organisation, with 1/3 of the country's externally rated world-class researchers. Within New Zealand, only our university is ranked within the top 1% of the world's universities. We also have a strong commitment to Māori education. Of all the Māori degree graduates in New Zealand each year, 25% come from just one institution, the University of Auckland. For Pacifica students, the number is nearer 40%. The quality and international reputation of a university are fundamentally driven by the achievements of its people. And last year was an exceptional one for our academic staff, who won almost every form of recognition available to them in New Zealand. In July, Professor Alison Jones and Associate Professors Brian E. James and Cather Simpson won National Tertiary Teaching Excellence Awards for sustained excellence in tertiary teaching. These awards mean that for 11 of the last 12 years, our teachers have been recognised as among the very best in the country. In November, Engineers Distinguished Emeritus Professor John Boys and Professor Grant Kovic won the Supreme Award at the Prime Minister's Science Prizes Awards for their work on inductive power transfer. Dr. Ben O'Brien from the Auckland Bioengineering Institute won the McDiarmid Emerging Scientist Prize for his groundbreaking work on artificial muscles, and Dr. Susie Wiles from Molecular Medicine and Pathology won the Science Media Communication Prize. Our staff also excelled at the 2013 Royal Society of New Zealand Awards, winning 4 major medals. The most notable was Distinguished Professor Dame Salmon from Māori Studies, winning the Society's highest honour, the Rutherford Medal. This was awarded for her eminent work on Māori social structures and interactions within the European world, and on European exploration in the Pacific. She was also named Kiwi Bank New Zealand of the Year for 2013. These achievements reflect the outstanding quality, not only of our academic staff, but also of the students who work with them and the many professional staff who support them. A key part of our challenge for the future, and one that is clearly reflected in our strategic plan, is to continue to invest in a community of highly accomplished staff and students. An important element of that investment is ensuring that our teaching facilities are of the highest quality. To this end, the Council completed in 2013 the purchase of the former Lion Brewery's site in Newmarket as the basis for a new campus, which will be integrated with the existing City and Grafton campuses. At Newmarket, work is well underway on construction of the engineering research laboratories. These buildings represent an investment of approximately $88 million to support our to support our engineering research and postgraduate teaching for the benefit of all New Zealand. We will occupy the first of the new facilities in July this year. Work has also begun on the new Science Tower on the corner of Wellesley and Simon Streets. This major construction project represents an investment of more than $300 million. It will allow us to upgrade science teaching and research and integrate the School of Psychology and the School of Environment into one main science precinct. This will in turn free up the Human Sciences building for refurbishment as the centre of the arts faculty. Constant innovation is the cornerstone of a university such as ours. Innovative teaching and research is vital for long-term, sustainable economic growth of our country and the social cohesion of our nation. This has never been more so than in the testing economic times we face in the wake of the global recession, the Christchurch earthquakes, and the yet-to-be-defined effects of global warming. Universities equip graduates like you not simply for the jobs of today, but for future careers not yet imagined in an ever-changing world. So as you graduate today, please reflect on the ongoing learning opportunities and consider the wide range of postgraduate options available to you at this university. Reflect on the changes in technology you have experienced in your lifetime, and remember that most of the technology you will use in your working career has yet to be developed or commercialised. I ask you to do this because we can never rest on our laurels, especially in a challenging and ever-changing world. Whatever path you follow as you go out into the world, I urge you as the alumni of New Zealand's leading university to never forget your alma mater, your university. We rely on our graduates for support, moral, political and financial. Funding constraints are a perennial problem for New Zealand universities, who are being asked to do more and more with less and less each year. In fact, we should be spending more on universities, not less. So don't worry, we will be in touch with you, and when we do, please lend us your support. But that is enough of the substantial issues facing us all as members of a 21st century universities with high aspirations. Because today is your day, with a focus firmly on your achievement. At this ceremony, we honour your success, along with the support of your family, whānau, and others who have sustained you through your studies. I congratulate you and trust that you will long cherish the memories of your graduation today. It's my pleasure to introduce this afternoon's speaker, the high-profile barrister, legal journalist and commentator, television presenter and author, Katrina McLennan. Also known for her activism, feminism and defence of animal rights, Ms McLennan has fought and won many battles, fiercely defended the rights of those less able to fend for themselves, and established a reputation as a commentator on legal and social issues. Katrina practiced law in South Auckland for about 15 years. She was the first lawyer to work for the Ngāturi Kaitiaki Ki Waikato Community Law Centre when it opened in 1999, offering services to people who needed free legal advice on a diverse range of issues. Her social conscience led her to become project director for a pioneering microfinance scheme to provide affordable loans to low-income people who could not get loans from banks. She also has worked with domestic violence and child and animal abuse victims. Katrina is a published author and a writer of legal stories, reports, columns, and booklets. She debates and delivers speeches and has presented a television series on a range of topics. We are privileged to be able to hear her speak this afternoon. Please join me in welcoming Katrina McLennan.
Tēnā koutou, talo whalawa, maloelele. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of Council, members of the University, graduates, families and friends. Congratulations to all the graduates receiving degrees. I hope you take time today to reflect on the hard work and perseverance you've displayed in obtaining your degrees. I hope that today you also enjoy your achievement and celebrate it with your families and friends. Your life is full of possibilities now, many of which you can't even imagine yet. Certainly, when I had to study constitutional law as a compulsory paper in my law degree, I thought it was a complete waste of time and I would never use it. I couldn't have imagined then that I would later work as a political reporter in the press gallery when MMP was being introduced. An understanding of constitutional law was accordingly extremely useful. As you progress on your journey through life, I hope you'll hang on to your dreams and keep pursuing them. One of the main things I've learned over the years is that determination and persistence are the most important qualities you can have. You can achieve an awful lot if you just keep working steadfastly towards your goals. Lots of people will tell you that you can't do things or that things are impossible. Don't be discouraged by them. Instead, listen to the people who encourage you. And if there aren't any, listen to your inner voice. If I'd listened to what people said to me, I would certainly be a lot better off financially, and I might have some important titles, but I wouldn't be satisfied inside myself. Maybe as you enjoy your special day today, you'll also take time to reflect on how lucky you are and what a privilege it is to receive a tertiary education. I worked as a duty lawyer at the Manukau District Court for 11 years. Every Monday at 8 a.m, I went down to the cells under the court to speak to people who'd been arrested. I always remember particularly 17-year-old males I met in the cells. Many of them couldn't read and write. They had no skills and no qualifications. Because of that, they also had no jobs and no self-esteem. Worse, they had no hope in their lives, no goals and no dreams. I've also acted for many young women who've been victims of domestic violence. One woman I obtained a protection order for came to see me in my office a couple of years later. She told me that she was studying. She wanted to finish school and then go on to tertiary education. She was getting good marks, and I told her that she was doing wonderfully well. But her violent ex-partner was telling her that she was a bad mother because she was leaving her baby with someone else while she went to classes. I realised that this young woman hadn't come back to see me because she wanted to talk to me about a legal issue. She was in my office because I was the only person in her life she thought might give her some encouragement to continue studying. In our society, much of our esteem comes from our jobs. People who are shut out of jobs are also shut out of the community as a whole. And that's not just a problem in New Zealand. 774 million people in the world are illiterate, more than 10% of the people on the planet. And at least 80% of people in the world live on less than $10 a day. 1.1 billion people have inadequate access to water, and 2.6 billion lack basic sanitation. Some 1.8 million children die every year from diarrhoea. Those are depressing statistics, but in the last 20 years, almost 1 billion people have been lifted out of extreme poverty. That's an astonishing figure. Countries working together to implement the Millennium Development Goals managed to reduce extreme poverty by half, 5 years ahead of the planned target. Nations are now working to halve the proportion of people who suffer from hunger. Encouragingly, that target is within reach by next year. So I hope that, as you enjoy today and plan for your future, you might also consider how you can contribute to improving the world. The most satisfaction I've found in my life is not from the highest paying job or from the most impressive title. It's been from helping others. By earning your degree, you've shown that you have intelligence, a good work ethic, and determination. Many young people like you, working together, could make huge strides to reducing poverty and illiteracy in the world. Maybe that's something you'll consider. Thank you.
Thank you, Katrina, for a most insightful speech. Could you all join with me again in thanking Katrina? This is the meeting of Council and Convocation of the University at which the Pro-Chancellor, Peter Kiley, and I will be conferring degrees and awarding diplomas. I invite the Pro-Chancellor to award the diplomas and confer the degrees in the first half of this ceremony.
By the authority vested in me by resolution of the Auckland Council, I, Peter Kiley, Pro-Chancellor, confer the degrees and award the diplomas stated upon those who, within the faculty, have satisfied the requirements of this university.
I call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Education, Professor Aitken, to present graduands in that faculty.
Pro-Chancellor, as Dean, I have the honour of presenting to you the students qualified for the award of a diploma or conferment of a degree in the Faculty of Education. Graduate Diploma in Teaching Secondary, Sophie Ahn. Kirili Anna Aitchison. Mindy Ruth Al-Araji. Amina Ali. Benjamin Samuel Methven Allen. Rachel Kate Allwood. Portia Rose Ann Iris June Orton. Shannon Irene Baxter. Elizabeth Joan Beckett. Michelle Pamela Beer. Rebecca Jane Brady. Constance Marie Brown. Ashley Jane Carr. Simone Michaela Carrier. Glenn William David Child. Rihanna Marie Clark. Sue Lonita Conahan. Catherine Nicole Lucy Kerno. Cherie de Conning. Sonia Fernanda de Freitas. Robin Lee Deutschmann. Trudy Jane Ellen Dobby. Rowan Arthur Donaldson. Stephen James Duckworth. David Paul Dunlop. Ashley Brooke Hopkins Erica. Jane Edge. Salfoto Penasione Junior Filippo. Alexander Christopher Freer. Samantha Louise French. Tessa Ray Garton Voice. Nicole Kristen Gate. Lorena May Guccina. James William Hackett. Rita Allison Harre. Julie Marion Harvey. Michelle Louise Harvey. Rebecca Jane Hayward. Kristen Julie Heap. Yun Ho. Nicolasi Mataafa Holani. Lauren Judith Howes. Charlene Nisha Khan. Hayley Frances Kilgour. Katrina Sawana Joseph Leah Tenu. Melissa Irene Leo Pepe. Patrick Lee Weng Ki. Soo Hyun Lee. Yi Vem Lee. Maria Fatima Letoa Lemisio. Helen Margaret Long. Taylor Eden Alexandra McKinley. Kylie Frances Madron. Charlene Fonone Malaimi. Sarah Malik. William Woodhouse Mailing. Nanurl Tina Martin. Kylie Marie Mayo. Carmel Ray McGill. Chloe Michelle McIsaac. Rebecca Adele Miller. Matthew Jardine Nanastad. Charlotte Helen Boston Nicklin. Nutika Niranjan. Mika Agnes O'Connor. Emily Ann Oliver. Laura Louise Osterbake. Nicola Michelle Parks. Sandeep Bajiral Patil. Amy Rebecca Petrie. Ashley Lauren Pihema. Dalila Quiros. Annabelle Elizabeth Rowlands. Andre Ann Sampson. Sean Thomas Scanlon. Santana Aniva Schmidt. Stephen Sequeira. Grace Elizabeth Shelley. Lupe Ciale. Elise Sonia Sorensen. Jack Sangjia Su. Saru Tofik. Tiria Naya Tiria. Ilusa Tefala. Meta Usafono. Yelana Avalashka. Janine Nissa van Bijsterveld. Holly Philippa van Dalen. Alistair Graham van der Water. Alo Alihi Vili Amu. Mariska Annabelle Visser. Annie Michelle Edina Wharepapa. Danielle Judith White. Maria Alina Washtowicz. Graduate Diploma in Teaching English in Schools to Speakers of Other Languages, Justine Teresa Agnew. Lamise Belcher. Susan Isabel Brown. Kim Teresa Burton. Charmel Yvette Damons. Ulrike Jamison. Jun Yong Kim. Barbara Lake. Jennifer Lee MacDonald. Heinrich Markink. Olivia Lee Martin. Christopher Peter Matthews. Deborah Ann McLaren. Corin Miller. Alison Leslie Moncrief. Wendy Ann Morgan. Magashni Narain. Michelle Dorothea Russell. Shasta Shivani Singh. Janice Lindley Taylor. Amelia Yalani Tokalavere. Michele Tokalavere. To the degree of Bachelor of Education Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages. Te Vathrasian Asogan. A Anasuya near Achuthan. Hong Yi Bon. Chia Wen Fong. Natasha Ismail. Ahmad Kamal Effendi Kamarudin. Akilawathe Kondapan. Si Wei Lim. Noor Amalina Miscom. Syed Atul Noor Farahin Mohammed Sabah Arju. Noor Farad Hila Mohammed Noor. Nurul Sayaza binti Muhammad Toha. Kirubashini Nadarajan. Doreen Kui Ming Soon. To the degree of Bachelor of Human Services, Tawai Mary Iris Babarich. Lawrence Bembo. Amy Louise Callender. William Henry Island Dalwood. Senior Scholar Education, Stacey Ray Dewa. Pravan Jerem Gopal. Gloria Susanna Florence Hanif. Trent Charles Icky Jackson. Amanda Selala Leo. Ana Vaimoana Mao Mea Fo Lolohea. Susanna Grace McKernan. Samantha Annabelle Vaughan Smith. Rhoda LaVey Toliafoa. Carlos Tyrone Charles Tupu. To the degree of Bachelor of Physical Education, Rachel Emily Anderson. Liana Hope Bennett. Madeline Ruth Cook. Renee Edward Cowley. Jacob David DeBerry. Alex Michelle Eastwood. Jamahi Terence Thomas Blakelock Farah. Ayla Marie Ferrier. William Callum Finlay. Chantel Louise Gorecki. Kendall Nicole Harrington. Joel Raymond Hicks. Matthew Blair Kerr. Rebecca Jane Lowry. Penia Jimena Ben Morgutotia Saipele. Nikita Pashaltam. Catherine Ann Scott. Jordan Sharma. Andrew James Smart. Nathan Robert Stockman. Craig Darren Shounder. Sweetie Leah Barbara Taivaranga. Rebecca Margaret Tahoe. Tammy Harrietta Thompson. Stephanie Johanna Tuma. Marianne Tuilangi. Johnny Wiang Chan. Thane Joash Williams. Marie Eileen Winterton. Julia Patricia Wright. Postgraduate Diploma in Counselling Theory with Distinction. Nadia Kennington. Janine Sandra Reicher. Postgraduate Diploma in Counselling Theory with Merit. Rebecca Marie Jones. Postgraduate Diploma in Educational Leadership with Distinction, Charlotte Emma Gips. Gina Marie Hemmingson. Danielle Marie Katovich. Kailash Ranthoji. Margaret Angus Robertson. Tokase. Postgraduate Diploma in Educational Leadership with Merit, Melanie Joan Fasavalu. Cara Marie Young. Postgraduate Diploma in Educational Leadership, Sharon DeCinta Chungsong. Jacqueline Pamela Fish. Raharu Makoya Harmony Hollis. To the degree of Master of Counselling with First Class Honours. Margaret Mary Mulqueen. Kimberly Ann Spain. To the degree of Master of Counselling with Second Class Honours, First Division, Valencia Sinisa. To the degree of Master of Educational Leadership with First Class Honours, Catherine Ann Biggs. Marilyn Patricia Milner. To the degree of Master of Educational Leadership with Second Class Honours, First Division, Sarah Louise Allen. To the degree of Master of Professional Studies with First Class Honours, Kylie Marge Jenkinson in Education. Peter John Kaiser in Education. Lucy Jean Cornford Lindsay in Education. Hayley Jane McClashin in Education. Megan Amy Patterson in Education. To the degree of Master of Professional Studies with Second Class Honours, First Division, Susan Mary Grace Gauchi in Education. Christian Emerson Gutierrez Annabellen in Education. Veronica Marie Loveday in Education. Kelly Therese Skipper in Education. Mark Stephen Terry in Education. Wei Dongshan in Education. And in absentia, those other persons named in the official record qualified for the conferment of a degree or the award of a diploma from the Faculty of Education.
Thank you, Pro-Chancellor, for conferring the degrees and awarding the diplomas in the first half of the ceremony. One of the great pleasures of graduation is the opportunity to hear performances by students from our acclaimed School of Music. Bernice Austin, accompanied by Leanne Wooding, will now perform Deve Sono from The Marriage of Figaro by Mozart. Thank you, Bernice and Liam, for that delightful piece. Can I ask you all to join with me in thanking them once again? By the authority invested in me by resolution of the University of Auckland Council, I, Ian Parton, Chancellor, award the diplomas and confer the degrees stated upon those who, within the Faculty of Arts, have satisfied the requirements of this university. I call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Professor Greenberg, to present graduands in that faculty.
Chancellor, as Dean, I have the honor of presenting to you students qualified for a diploma or conferment of a degree in the Faculty of Arts. To the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Ayeh Hani Abdul Wadud. Francesca Paz Acuna Chandia. Henrietta Louise Adams. Josephine Rose Adams. Arthur James Jr. Adlam. Jason Glenn Adrians. Mui Mui Helotu Akoola. Jonathan Rex Allen. Dion Jordan, Gut Alot. Aussie Ramsey Amir. Angela Ahn. James Michael Anderson. Lucy Arabella Romaine Anderson. Alexandre Benjamin Agriga. Siti Shazwalaili Anwar. Leiden Tipene Awake. Liam Thomas Appleton. Julia Erina May Aramoana. Melanie Amy Arrowsmith. Elliot Johannes Ashton Stretch. Reese Alexander Atha. Michaela Patricia Augustides. Tara Chantel Acusitino Leota Seuli. Senior Scholar Arts Anrinya Banerjee. Sung Hee Bang. Joshua Gerald Fenton Barrack. Victoria Marie Bates. Leanne Louise Batcher. Rebecca Colleen Beagle. Rita Harriet Beckman Flay. Sophie Nicole Beeson. Lucy Alice Benge. Jamie Lee Burkhan. Erin Joan Berry. Kieran Courtney Berry. Shraddha Bharti. Rachel Anna Billington. Jessica Elise Blanche. Eleanor Margaret Bloomfield. Erin Olivia Bluck. Morgan Lambert Borthwick. Judith Vijayendri Wikalina Botinga. Connolly Joy Bourne. Fraser James Alexander Bowen. Patrick Hill Bowen. Gabriel John Boyd. Michael Trevor Bracefield. Grace Louise Brebner. Sinead Brennan McMahon. Georgia May Brockhurst. Naomi Ann Bromberg. Nadia Brown. Sarah Elizabeth Bruce. Anthony Carl Bruges. Christopher Robert Patrick Buchan. Brittany Kate Buchanan. Francesca Alice Buckton. Anna Bullen. Sean Kathleen Mary Bullen. Zoe Petra Patricia Butcher McGonagall. Alana Grace Byrne. Daniel Stewart Caddy. Katie Ann Campbell. Gabrielle J. Daisy Candy. Julian Allen Carr. Rory Samuel Lawrence Carol Maher. Aaron Lee Carson. James Bruce Cassidy. Danielle Alexa Caudle. Brittany Rhiannon Chan. Cherry Tzu Yu Chan. Moshika Chandra. Patrick Roy Chappelle. Annie Chen. Jefferson Mingyang Chen. I'm sorry. Pin Siu Chen. Monica Wincy Cheng. Wingman Jojo Chun. So Hyun Cho. Chong Choi San. Yileng Chong. An Ro Jo. Christine Karen Crystal. Megan Catherine Ellen Clark. Kendall Rose Colvey. Louise Merle Connolly. Laura Marie Conroy. Isabella Ann Coventry. Claire Stephanie Cousins. James Robert Cullen. Cameron Michael Alberto Kurak. Ione Rosamond Cusson. I now call upon Associate Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Associate Professor Misha Kafka, to present further graduates.
Shisara Amy Imogen Daly. Suhani Darshika Das. Taryn Lee Davidson. Chad Paul Carpenter Davis. Tara Claire Davis. Tanya Pauline Dawson. Jenny Marie DeJong. Taryn Demblon. Xiangting Deng. Alicia Dennison. Kate Miller Dupree. Priscilla Neha Dinakar. Holly Claire Dixon. Sarah Jurich. Annette Frances Docking. Bridget Ann Nasai Dolan. Adam James Donnelly. Jasmine Elizabeth Doris. Caitlin Fanois Doyle. Elizabeth Margaret Driver. Maxine Carioca da Silva. Hayden David Eastman Mine. Caitlin Edge. Gordon Stewart Lowndes Elder. Jenica Alexandra Evalu. Fiona Ula Fa'asea Utupo. Junior Fa'ata. Angie Fan. Yiding Fan. Madeline Sophie Lini Farman. Radley Joshua Eric Fenner. Alexandra Patricia Fenton. Hazel Rose Zafira Stara Field. Akanesi Fenea Nanofo. Ashley Jean Flavel. Riley Joseph Flynn. Heather Victoria Folas. Ruben Dylan Fong. Jaimia Jean Foote. Ewan Angus Forsyth. Genevieve Rose Forsyth King. Shanique Elizabeth Franz. Lauren K. Frost. Sahana Christabel Gabriel. Ellen Elizabeth Gardner. Christian Jan Wilhelm Gies. Kristen Elizabeth Gentry. Aisha Garbal. Sujin Go. Fraser Neil Gilbraith Gibson. Fabienne Nikita Joel Gillan. Carly Blair Goodwin. Amore Siobhan Govender. Madeline Claire Gravatt. Senior Scholar Arts, Matthew Cameron Green. Matthew Gary Greenwell. Juanessa Bekitena Reed Kalalapitanga. Melanie Lorene Hagan. Sia Kokafua Alo Italo Hala. Edward James Addington Hall. Anna Louise Hames. Nicholas Richard Donald Harris. Troy Samuel Hart. Riarna Hartman. Chanel Rhonda Harvey. Philip Anthony Hawken. Rebecca Kimberly Hayward. Jiayu Hui. Wei Min Hui. Mum Martelena Heather. Robin Galloway Hepburn. Edward Douglas Hunter Higgins. Reuben Michael George Hendrickson. Huang Thi Lin. Laura Ruth Hodson. Finn Michael Hogan. Kahurangi Te Oki na Mere Mere Hohepa. Maria Ann Hokupora. Joanne Alice Holden. Heta Louise Hoyler. Isaac Donald Robert Hornberg. Mohammed Walid Hosseini. Fei Huang. Wenting Huang. Emma Louise Hughes. Daniel Jacob Hulton. Emma Jane Hunt. Megan Elise Hutchings. Postgraduate Diploma in Arts with Distinction. Amy Bernadette Simpson in Sociology. Yvette Jean Spencer Dunn in Psychology. Postgraduate Diploma in Arts with Merit. Michelle Christian Riego Ablan in Development Studies. Noreen Ahmed in Film, Television, and Media Studies. Sally Atkinson in Linguistics. Matthew Colin Robert Baker in Drama. Melody Jane Cooper in Development Studies. Zoe Laura Cornelius in Criminology. Jody Lee Rose Matthews in Criminology. Marie-Hélène Valérie Aucoq in English. Postgraduate Diploma in Arts. Hannah Faith Corcoran in Art History. Shivali Srinand Dandekar in Psychology. Oana Hutchinson in Psychology. Nemo Pauline Malaysia in Pacific Studies. Satiti Shakuntala in Sociology. Laurel Heather Taufawata in Pacific Studies. Shane Johannes Timmermans in Criminology. Ibrahim Wadhana in History. Postgraduate Diploma in Language Teaching with Merit. Rashada Lekpratum. Jiao Jiao Li. Postgraduate Diploma in Language Teaching. Sitra Molidia Bakhtiar. Ting Jie Lai. To the degree of Master of Creative Writing with First Class Honors. Gina Annette Cole. Katea Maria Duff. Elizabeth Kathleen Langbrown. Melanie Jane O'Loughlin. Tessa Elizabeth Ann Priest. Christina Janet Walton. To the degree of Master of Creative Writing with Second Class Honors, First Division, Christina Frances Redgrave. To the degree of Master of Creative Writing with Second Class Honors, Second Division, Madeline Jane Rout. To the degree of Master of Public Policy with First Class Honors, Joanne Elizabeth Tobin. To the degree of Master of Public Policy with Second Class Honors, First Division, Denise Maureen Hennigan. And in absentia, those other persons named in the official record qualified for the conferment of a degree or the award of a diploma from the Faculty of Arts.
I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor to present the doctoral graduands.
Chancellor, I have the honour of presenting to you the doctoral graduands. To the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Janice Adamson in Anthropology, University Doctoral Scholar. Janice used archaeological methods to investigate the lives of two European settler families in New Plymouth in the mid-19th century. She used an innovative approach that viewed the excavated material culture through the lens of the ethic of improvement and revealed how these people, who were otherwise largely invisible in the historic record, lived out their vision for a better life. Sarah Amani in Applied Linguistics, University Doctoral Scholar. Sarah investigated the possibility of designing a writing metacognitive training program. This would maximise second language learners' argumentative writing performance by raising their metacognitive awareness and providing them with sufficient time to plan both content and form. Nazli Aziz in Political Studies. Nazli examined how citizens' concerns are mediated through the representational discourses employed by members of Parliament in their electorates, their parties and within the parliamentary environment. Miriam Louise Bissett in Ancient History, University Doctoral Scholar. In her investigation of painted pottery from 6th century BC Athens, Miriam examined what have been taken to be pictures of mythological narratives. She demonstrated that a significant number were inspired not directly by storytelling, but rather by ritual reenactments of the stories of the gods at festivals. Emma Kate Blomkamp in Political Studies, University Doctoral Scholar. Emma explored the design, delivery and evaluation of arts and cultural programs by city councils in Australia and New Zealand. Her research highlights the opportunities and difficulties in using wellbeing measures to evaluate cultural policy. Timothy Philip Fadgen in Political Studies, University Doctoral Scholar. Tim investigated the process of policy and law transfer in the area of mental health in Samoa and Tonga. His research found that local policy actors were critical in localising practice-based public policy in Samoa and Tonga, whereas international policy actors were pivotal in the transfer of law and written forms of public policy. Helen Irana Ferris-Leary in Pacific Studies. Tongan whaiva is a term that covers a range of cultural practices that play a central role in forming both identity and personal expression in Tonga. Helen investigated Tongan whaiva with a view to developing appropriate theoretical and methodological models that would be more in line with Indigenous Pacific perspectives than those currently used by some Western anthropologists. Helen. Katrina Mary Ford in History, Bright Future Top Achiever Doctoral Scholar. Katrina examined the social and cultural significance of ideas about germs in New Zealand in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Her research highlighted the diverse places where the meanings of health and disease were formed and debated, from the classroom to the cowshed, and showed that the new ways of thinking about disease helped to bring New Zealanders close to the rest of the world. Katrina. Lina Maria Gonzalez Lagares in Political Studies, University Doctoral Scholar. Lina investigated the policy of decentralisation in Colombia, identifying the factors constraining local autonomy in the country and examining how the elements of decentralisation and armed conflict intersect. Fiona Margaret Graham in English, University Doctoral Scholar. Fiona investigated how the dramaturge inspires writers, directors, choreographers, and the whole enginery of drama to develop unique methods for optimising performance. Sandrine Marguerite Emma Jarod Leblanc in Linguistics. Sandrine's research looked into the phenomenon of the de-creolisation of Bislama, the Creole of Vanuatu. It determined in which repertoires of Bislama the language is getting closer to English, if at all. Ajmal Khan in Language Teaching and Learning. Ajmal's investigation unravelled the complex interaction between the state's official policy and its micro-level implementation in the context of elite English medium schools in Pakistan. The school's adherence to a strict English-only language policy was reflected in their highly positive attitudes towards English on the one hand, and in their domain-wise shrinkage of their home language, Pashto, on the other. Ajmal. Asif Saeed Khan in Development Studies. Asif presented a critique of the governance structure of Pakistan's wheat economy, deploying the metaphor of chain politics to formalise a treatment of power as dispersed and multi-sided. The study will inform value chain research and has significant implications for the issue of food security in the developing world. Asif. Marcia Paula Lenine Young in Ancient History, University Doctoral Scholar. Marcia examined renowned Greek historian Polybius's autobiographical remarks and criticisms of other historians to show that he used these passages strategically to create a portrait of himself as an objective and dispassionate authority. She then used this approach in specific case studies to cast new light on diplomatic and other misunderstandings between the Romans and various Greek political communities. Marcy. Kane, Lincoln, Daniel, Meisel in education. Kane investigated the implications of using different statistical approaches to analyse large educational data sets. Substantive differences in interpretation were evident with the different approaches, emphasising the importance of ensuring that the analysis method is the most appropriate given the research question and data properties. Frauke Meyer in education, university doctoral scholar. Frauke investigated the summer learning effect, which is described as a stall or drop in learning over summer, especially in schools that serve poor or minority communities. Frauke's study describes the extent and nature of the effect in reading and writing within 2 German primary schools situated in low and high decile communities. Michael James Moroney in education. Michael investigated the way that groups of teachers might develop their capacity to learn together online with a view to developing methods that support the development and sustainment of online learning communities for professional development. Michael. And in absentia, all those other persons named in the official record qualified for the conferment of a doctoral degree in the Faculty of Education and the Faculty of Arts.
On behalf of the University, I invite all today's graduates to stand and receive the congratulations of us all. And while you are standing, this would be a great opportunity for the graduates to show their appreciation of their families and supporters and the staff of the university who have helped them as they achieve their qualifications. Thank you. This concludes this meeting of Council and Convocation of the University for the conferment of degrees and the award of diplomas. I now invite you to sing the first verse of God Defend New Zealand in Māori, then in English. The words are printed on the reverse of the programme.